So we were over 50 miles into this hike that was a high elevation. It's called the Uinta Highline Trail. And as we're getting into camp that night, it was raining like crazy. We went to bed wet, it rained all night, and from the moment we got out, it was wet. And also freezing cold, right? About 32 degrees. And so we jumped out of our tents and we're putting everything away, and I threw on the NovaUL jacket. And then I throw our rain jacket on top of it, and we start hiking. We're stepping in rivers essentially, so it's sucking heat out of us, but we're moving, we're trying to heat up. So then we go through the rest of that day, and it continues to rain, and we continue to move over 20 miles that day through some really tough conditions, and we get to a point where we're climbing up this pass. And in this pass, it's raining like crazy, and we get about halfway up and it starts to lightning and hail on us. And we realize we gotta turn back around, so we start coming down the mountain as quick as we can because of this lightning. And we get to a point where we hunker up. We were pushing the limits really hard. Some of us were losing cognitive abilities, and it was just that extreme of a situation. And that day, that insulation, the down LT insulation that we created, was so resistant to the water that stayed nice and lofted, incredibly lofted, kept me warm, and really protected me from getting hypothermia. And I was able to get my tent set up, get my bag lofted out, and then get in my bag and finally warm up and raise that core body temperature. We were in a situation where we couldn't get out, couldn't just pick up and get back to a vehicle. We were 15 miles to the closest trailhead, which happened to be in the middle of nowhere, Wyoming. So really that piece had to perform. And in this scenario, that down LT insulation, being able to be so resistant and perform so well in the case of so much moisture, made all the difference in the world. That's why when I'm going out in these scenarios, it's extremely, extremely important to me to have that down LT insulation so that I have that extra peace of mind that it will perform no matter what the situations are and what the performance demands are required.